Hey everyone, good evening. I've got Satan here, being the first one to speak, but the actual first is Rouleau because he redeemed it. GG Rouleau, says Satan. He's eating some food, but Satan got the first boozinate in, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and pour the beer. Yeah, Caravan double IPA here, and I very much expect that we'll be opening a second one today, because I'm thinking. Each of the withers that I kill tonight, because that's the plan, I'll give a bonus free boozinate for each one I defeat. Let's see. Here we go. Pouring out all of geologic time here. There we go. Thank you, Satan. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the booze cam. Let's turn off the starting soon screen as well. And the word has it that Jeb has amazing hair. So yeah, let's jump right into the first SMP, where you will see that I am in a familiar and very dangerous place. Yep. Oh yeah, there's a notification for a new iris. I will install that later. I got that notification right before the stream started. It was released, but that should be exciting. So yeah, I've been hunting these guys, these butts, and I actually had a pretty decently lucky run last night. Most of these I already had, but I got like 5 more in not too long last night. The rest of them I had purchased already from Shipwreck. That's right. I gave him one of my totems, and he gave me half a stack. And the plan about a month or so ago was to kill them all with my Raiseworks, actually, Dripstone Wither Killer. And it didn't work so well. They were mostly escaping. So I've been doing some testing and some experimenting and some practicing, and I think... Bowser. That stopped me for a minute. I was like, okay, did Shipwreck know that I was here, and did he put a Skulk Sensor and a Skulk Shrieker here in the nether? Nope. That was Bowser saying good morning. Welcome, Bowser. Good to see you. Yep, you got me. I'm gonna have to turn that one up, actually. That one was quieter than I expected. So, but yeah, that actually made it a little bit more plausible. Jeez. But yeah, so I've been doing some practicing, and the best way... Hey, you! Hey, look! Dance! 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 The best way, the most reliable that I found, other than the actual full-on cheesing it under the Ender Portal, which I don't like doing. It's just too cheesy. Too easy and boring for me. Nothing against anyone else wanting to do it, it's just not something that I enjoy. Is to fight the Wither in hand-to-hand, or at least the second half in hand-to-hand combat out in the open. And the flattest, safest place to do that is on the nether roof. So that's where we're going today. Let's get out of here first. This is too much. Let's see, let's pick up a few things. Nah, we're good. We're good. We'll leave that stuff here. So we gotta get out. Oh, hi. There's another one. Ah! Leave me alone. No need to avenge your brethren. I'm gonna keep killing them anyway, so won't do any good. But yeah, Shipwreck has been hard at work making these nether tunnels, which are fantastic. I think this is Nia's portal, if I recall. She has been quite busy, hasn't really been on the server much, unfortunately, but yeah, that is also, if we look at the map, the way down to the familiar nether fortress where I first went lava scuba diving, and presumably somewhere down here there may even still be oh no, there isn't, because Shipwreck went and got him. Either Shipwreck went and got him, or he gave me new stuff. I'm not sure which. So there's a slight possibility that there's still a zombified piglin down there wearing some top-tier gear. But yeah, that's the wrong way. Let's go this way, the right way. And was that another sound alert? I heard a scary dungeon noise. But that might have been really in-game. So yeah, this is looking fantastic, Shipwreck. I don't think it's changed a ton since the last time I showed it off, but still, like, I really like the colors. It's a very simple design, but it really works, and the frog lights are just really fantastic. But yeah, so we need to go briefly back to base, which, thanks to Burke, we can just go right through the ceiling. He's still working on that, but yeah, we can go right through the ceiling. And this way. There's my stuff. I already have fought one wither on this roof so that I could get one more beacon, but I need more, and I have enough for 9 withers. So what I think I'm going to do is kill the first 7 one-on-one, and then the last 2 I'm going to try a 2-on-1 fight. That is what I'm thinking. But yeah, this I need more. Every time I come here, I do just a few of these. Because, as you're going to see in a moment, I'm using a ton, an actual ton of basalt. Mostly smoothened basalt. Let's gear up for this fight. Yeah, this looks different from the last time I showed this off. I've extended this tunnel, and yeah, I changed the style of the lights here. And the reason why is this. It's not going to line up properly on the sides, the way I had it just to strip down the middle, or the way I have it here when I branch off these tunnels. I have these every 2 chunks, and I'm going to have 3 branches and then a big, basically a ring around the whole thing. Which actually means I'm going to have to rearrange some of my base. It's going to be a bit of a grind, but we can do it. And so, yeah, the tunnel branches are going to look like this. And this guy is working fantastically well, but the stuff on the top could use some optimization, and definitely the holding chamber as the calves grow up to full-grown cows. It needs some expansion and some refinement. So this, I'm going to redesign another cell over here, and then move that guy in, and then tear this down and move this one over there into that wall. So, and this, I'm going to need to move backwards a couple of blocks so that it can line up the way this one does. So yeah, Dan is sus, says Setson, and Rillo says, that hallway looks amazing. I see Descent has been bleeding into your other games. I had a similar thought, Rillo. It is reminding me of Descent, but here's... Ow. Setson, was that a derp? I don't even know. This is another issue. I'm gonna have to rethink my beacon placement, because where I had them before is actually intersecting other things. So this is all going to get a little bit rearranged, but it's not going to be as much work to move these as it was to build them in the first place, so that's fine. And Setson saying, oh, that's a good point, Rillo, very Space Vibes. But yeah, here's the irony, Rillo. My vision before was actually closer to Descent than this, because it was going to be a little bit kind of chaotic, because the Descent level design, each element, like every set of rooms, has kind of some symmetry to it, but they are arranged a little bit chaotically. But the real inspiration here was the most recent James Bond movie, No Time to Die. As far as James Bond movies goes, it was right there in the middle. It was okay. It was a whole lot of fun. Not particularly great cinema, but it was fun to see Daniel Craig go out that way for his last film. And the secret base was very reminiscent and inspired by the base underground from Dr. No, the very first James Bond movie. And the very smooth textures of those tunnels, the lighting, and the very orderly layout really inspired me, and I've been incredibly inspired since with that. So, believe it or not, it's less Descenty in my mind and more James Bondy than it was before. Don't think I'm moving this. That's too much work. I still haven't fixed the door. Setson, thank you for the host. But yeah, let's just take a look at these. There's Adventureland 2.0 over there where I almost died. This is finally almost gonna move. I still don't understand why Bowser and Twiglet named all my villagers Kevin. But the one they named Sacred Kevin met with an unfortunate accident with a creeper, and yes, it really was an accident. But yeah, I've already moved these guys a little bit, and I'm gonna need to move them again, because there's where I had them, but when I decided the regular spacing, this is where it ends up. So all of these... Hello, Kevin Ator. I did no such thing, says Bowser. Well then, Twiglet then. Who also is feigning in innocence, ignorance. But yeah, so this is all going to get rearranged there, and I have not Altig. He is also feigning ignorance. But yeah, I've marked these out, and these actually look really cool to me. Very industrial, post-apocalyptic, almost like Portal, sort of, Portal 2 sort of a deal. These are marked out where the tunnels are going to go. So he's English, innocent until proven guilty. I caught them in the act, Setson. I caught both of them in the act. So, you know. But, yeah, so don't bring your lawyery stuff. But yeah, see how this is the original light layout, and I'm going to have to take it down. But it doesn't line up properly. And so the solution that I've come up with... You've never seen me, you heard Twig. I caught you both. I caught you both there. The solution I've come up with, this will need to be dug out farther, and of course these, as usual, as everything else, and that, are going to have to move, is whenever there's one of these branches, put a gap of 4 blocks instead of 2 blocks. Can we trust you, though? You've met Bowser and Twiglet, Setson. You can't trust them. Setson, is that for me falling in the hole for the beacon? Because yes. A person who derps this much. Oh, you're asking, can you trust me? Of course you can. Of course. Obviously. But yeah, so that's how the lighting is going to be. Groups of 4 spaced 2 between, except for where there's a branch, there will be a 4. And so we can see this actually fully implemented, I believe, over here. Yeah. On the storage wing, which I am moving my storage. I am taking down the shulker monster, the chest monster. But yeah, this is going to be the lighting. Of course, there will be branches on the right as well as the left. But yeah, and it gives a subtle break in the pattern that I think is particularly effective. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what I've been grinding out since the last stream. It's been a lot, but I've been catching up on other people's streams and YouTube videos ever since. So sorry to anyone who has been online and been like, "Hey, you want to do a voice chat?" And I'm like, "No, I'm in a groove and I'm watching YouTube." So that's just how it is. Let's look in the ender chest. Yes, I've also been restocking my totems, so we are good to go on those, but I need to drop off. I'm going to have a sorting system in here too. There's going to be lots of room for a sorting system. But here's a junk one, so these can go in here until I have time to sort them out later. And I'm not going to need my rockets because isolated Dan. That's right. My introvert time. Let's see. Where is my... I think it's in my tool chest. I'm actually going to use another chest plate. So here's what was happening with the wither fight I found. Let's get this as the backdrop. Yeah, look at that. That's so cool. Oh, and I can show you back there, I think, how it's going to branch for the ring on the outside. But yeah, that's a ADD moment there. But yeah, here's what has been happening with the wither. So I've been learning about the wither fight a little bit more. And at first, what he does is he picks a target and he hovers a little bit over that target and tries to get a good shot. So while I was flying up and up and up into the air, the wither was trying to outfly me so he could be right above my head. And so that's why the altitude just continued to climb. So if I stay on the ground, he will chase me. shooting at me the whole time and trying to kill me. So if I'm shooting at him back with arrows or fireworks or whatever I choose, and can get him down to half health, then he comes down and comes close. And so that's why I've never been able to get properly working the method of mining and tunneling that people have used, that I've seen on YouTube and on streams, where they get the wither to chase them and dig a tunnel for them, because it always, for whatever reason, goes just straight up and gets out of my sight first. So I actually have gotten that to work a couple times in practice now, but we're not going to do that today. So, no flying. He'll just fly higher. We're going to stay on the ground, and we're going to do it where he cannot explode craters under me, and I cannot get stuck underneath other blocks. The nether roof. So that's why we're doing it there. So yeah. Let's put this shulker box in the ender chest. We are plenty stocked on food. We're plenty stocked on arrows. We've got our crossbow. Let's grab more arrows just in case. These are even harder for me to find my way around because I moved them out of the way. So, yep, here we go. Arrows. And I think I even have more somewhere, but... but yeah, let's real quick, before I take off the elytra. So, these branches have a slightly smaller diameter, but around the outside I'm going to do a full diameter sort of a deal. And this is going to curve around as well, so it won't be bare stone, it'll look way cooler than that. But yeah, this, I'm super excited and inspired and motivated to work on this base. Like I haven't been since I started it. I mean, I've been motivated the whole time, but it's been completely renewed. All right, and so, yep, I've got more steak. Let's put that in the ender chest just in case. Toolbox, snacks. We've got an extra elytra in there already, but let's go ahead and... No, let's, we're gonna fly. We're gonna fly farther away. So, there are the wither skeleton skulls. We're gonna need, we've got our totems. We're gonna need some soul sand. Oh, I can take the ghast head out and free up some space. Oh yeah, and I found my rails. There they are. Let's see, but soul sand, I might have it in its own chest. Yeah, that's soul soil. There it is, soul sand. Only gonna need about a stack of it, so we don't have to take the whole shulker box with us. There. That's where it goes. And let's see, what else do we have? Our armor, we have ammunition, we have food, we have totems and more totems. Yep, I think we are ready to go. One more ender chest to take onto the nether roof. And if this goes badly, then we will have our spawn in here, and we will fly there with our backup stuff. So backup gear is in here already. And tools that I don't want to lose. They are in there already. In fact, I could put them in there, but I've got room. So let's grab 4 of these, 3 of these, and a couple more totems just in case. And let's go to the nether roof. Yeah, there's a shrieker. A real one. Okay, so let's see. That way is the hub, so we want to go far away from that. Let's just go south. I don't think anyone else has put anything significant to the south. The last one I thought I was about over there, so I think we'll just go there again, actually southeast. And yeah, I hear a ghast. Yep, we just want to get a little bit away from everything else. There are some farms the other way that... What the heck? What are you doing here? Okay, he's wandered a bit. But yeah, there are some farms that I don't want wither skulls flying towards. That'd be bad. All right, that should do. And yeah, we can see about where we are. It's pretty much directly southeast, and a bit to the northeast of this very large nether fortress there. And so if we die and need to find our way back, we can see it, and we'll also have a marker on the map if we die. So let's place ender chest actually a bit north. There we go. And what we need to do is remove the elytra, put on the armor, pop that in there. We've got our totems. One's already in the offhand. Let's put some more in the on hand. Well, we don't need those at all. Let's put them away. Yeah, those aren't going to do us any good without an elytra, so that leaves us another slot. We can put those in, and we got our stake and our arrows loaded. All right, I think we are good to go. Let's run a little bit away from that. Don't want to break it. And yeah, okay, so let's see if we can remember where that is. All right, no sense putting this off at all. Here we go. Wither number 1. Oh, and I meant to get my axe, but that's okay. My axe has smite 5. So yeah, this one will actually be more difficult. Oh man, that is loud. Sorry, guys. Change the volume at the moment. That's for sure. He hasn't even withered me yet. There we go. Yeah, he comes and fights me right head on, face on, after he's at 50% health. And there he goes. Your ears. Sorry about that. Let's turn down. Hostile creatures to 20%. Wait, he said something? Made that look easy, says Rilo. I know, right? And hey, look at that. Armored Wither's head. That honestly was a lot less stressful than just fighting on the or trying to kill him with the Wither Killer or whatever. There we go. No more. Let's recover some arrows. They're despawning already. But yeah, with the pointed dripstone, that's what I'm trying to say. Yep. Sorry about that. That was very loud. What? He said something, says Setson. Unsure, Setson. Couldn't hear, says Bowser. The cheeser. Basically, yeah. Alright, so right about there to the north, there's the under chest right there. And yep, did not even pop a totem. The last one, though, I'm going to fight 2 at once. I've never, ever done that. Okay, we want, yeah, Smite 5. This is a better weapon for this. Let's put some things in here. There's not room for all of it, so we'll put those in. There we go. Alright, and so now we need 4 more of these. And 3 more of these, and hopefully the sound won't be so horrendous for you guys. I hadn't thought about how loud that would be. It can't even, my mic can't even pick me up when I'm whispering. All right, I'm going to get right up close to it. Quiet, Wither. Okay. Wither number... Wither number 2. And let's see. Hopefully this doesn't blow out your eardrums. Wait, he said something so quiet. Still getting into the red a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn that down even further. Oh, missed. There we go. Okay, there we go. And smite 5. Oh, come down here. There we go. There, he's dead. Oh, we got a different witherhead. Armed invulnerable wither's head. Oh, that's very cool. Die, says Kaylee. Let's turn that down even farther. Hostile creatures, let's turn them down to 5%. And I wonder... Blocks? Oh! Clickwell! Welcome. Welcome, Clickwell. Can we get a shout out for Clickwell? He is a good friend of the server, of the community. Eli the guy is saying, Clickwell raid! So Clickwell, I assume you were on your Craftwell community server. Welcome, Shadow435. Thank you for following and saying hey. I know you from Clickwell's community. Oh, what is this? Okay, maybe we're not as far away from other people's stuff as I thought. Okay, we'll go a little bit farther west this time. There we go. You're saying, Dan sucks. Very rude. Shipwreck saying first. Oh, Shipwreck. Even Satan wasn't first, even though he was first to chat. Rouleau was actual first. And there's the shout out for Clickwell. Definitely check out Clickwell. He is fantastic. And let's see, which way am I going? This way should be... There's the ender chest right there. Shipwreck says, oh great, Dan and Withers. Sounds like a rescue mission. Shipwreck. Nuh-uh. I have killed 2 already without even popping a totem. Boop. And I'm going to have to just keep that on me. I don't need the glass bottles. We can toss those. I don't know why I have extra glass bottles. There we go. Those are extra. But yeah. Clickle says, wish I could stay, but have a mission. Have a great stream, Dan, and thanks for having us. Thank you for raiding, Clickwell, and yeah. I will probably be making some appearances at some point. And why does this always happen? Twitch always does this with you. You got a double raid. That's like the 3rd time that's happened. I don't understand why Twitch does that, but hey, you know what? Get to show off the animation twice, and that's not a problem. Well, welcome. Okay, so what we're doing here, let's show my face here. I'm not wearing my traditional elytra here. Send them an email or something. Does it with like 2 other people only? Yeah, seriously. And another shout out for Clickwell, well deserved. But if you host 10, we'll make emotes for every hoster. I mean, I won't say I won't, but I won't promise that I will. You have a good evening, Clickwell. But yeah, Shipwreck with the Boozinate. Here we go. Oh, okay, this might be a derp too. I promised a free Boozinate for every wither I've killed, and that was number 2, so of 9. So here we go. Here's a Boozinate for Shipwreck. A Boozinate for wither number 1. And a Boozinate for... Oh, there it is. Fair enough. For wither number 2. Delicious. All right, so between the ones that I had purchased from Shipwreck, speaking of Shipwreck, and ones that I have done some grinding for in the last couple days, I had 27 wither skeleton skulls, so can fight 9 withers, and those were the first 2. And the last 2, I'm going to fight 2 on 1. So, Shipwreck, are you on PC or on mobile? Can you make a prediction on whether or not I will survive the 2-on-1 wither fight without dying? I'm sure I will pop a totem, but we're gonna see. Also, please follow pizza. Oh, you mean for me? Oh yes, I really should. I should do that. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna do that right now. Actually, he's already a VIP in this stream, and he has no idea. And follow. I'm number 85 follower of pizza. You're on mobile. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. And while we fight the, let's see, that means 7 and then a 2-on-1. So there's 5 more wither fights before the 2-on-1. So let's start a prediction. Can Dan fight 2 withers without dying? Actually, I should be more clear. Defeat 2 withers at once without dying. And that's too long. 2 withers, just defeat 2 withers at once. And then, let's see. Of course, super easy, and nope, he will die are the options. And let's give that a 5-minute period. Start the prediction. And while that goes, I'm going to fight 5 more 1-on-1, just like this. So, yeah. The dripstone killer did not work so well. The wither kept escaping, and so I was doing aerial battles, but if I fight him here, where it is flat and he can't make craters underneath me, it is a whole lot safer. So, historically, it takes like an hour just to kill one. Okay, so that's to the west, so let's go east, actually. And make sure that we are going away from that platform. Don't want to damage other people's things. I'll, of course, fix it if I damage it, but I would rather not have to. Alright, this is Wither. Let's charge the crossbow. Number 3. And I've turned the volume on the hostile mobs down again. Let's hope that it doesn't blow out any eardrums. Alright. Hi. Yeah, he tries to maintain that height above me, so while we're flying, that means he just keeps going higher and higher. He doesn't come down until he's at half health, and only if he has a target that is on the ground. So it is important to keep doing this. And then I have Smite 5 on my axe, so when he comes down and I have to fight him hand to hand, real quick. And I think Setson was asking what my tools were, and there they are. Oh man, I got some air that time. I might actually pop a totem. Close, not quite. Don't die, says Kaylee. Die, says Shipwreck. That sounds like it would be a poll. Don't die versus die. Alright, so I need to go back north, and right about there is the ender chest. If I do die, then I have spare gear. My respawn is in my base, and we'll be flying back to pick up the gear and do another battle. But yeah, I've never fought more than one wither at the same time, so that last double fight is going to be interesting. Shipwreck versus Kaylee. Don't die versus die. Alright, that's 3 wither stars and a celebratory boozany. Stop running away, rigged. There we go. And I fully expect I'm going to have to open another beer today. And, well, that's a problem, isn't it? Such a problem. How difficult my life is. Bravely ran away. Bravely ran Dan Bear Pig. When the weather came, he ran away. He bravely, bravely ran away. Alright. So that was 3. Now we have Wither number 4. I hope I have enough arrows for this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back to my base and pick up some more. Looks like the sounds are staying in the yellow now, too, in OBS, so that's good. Come on, hit him. There we go. I don't think we have stand your ground laws on the first SMP, so, you know, I gotta run away. Hi. Yeah, Smite 5 tears him to shreds. There we go. And a regular Wither's Head. Very cool. I think I might have the whole set now. Let's pick up arrows. Yeah, there they are. You're dead, says Kaylee. No. Why would you say I'm dead? I am very much alive. I'm withered, but alive. Yeah, look at that. My at-E axe doing the work. Yeah, armored Wither's Head, armored and vulnerable Wither's Head. I have a different Wither's Head, I think, at the at my base. And yeah, regular Wither's Head. Well, I'm not throwing any of that away, so I'm just going to keep that in my inventory. That'll be okay. All right. And did I boozinate for that one? I don't remember, so I'm just going to boozinate again. There we go. And how many was that? That was 4. So now we have Wither number 5. Let's go. Come on, guy. Oh, first missed shot. There we go. He's got his shield on. Chew him up with the at-E axe. At-E type equals Minecraft : Wither. There we go. Sitson says, Dan, I have early work tomorrow. Gotta go sleep. Good streams. See ya. Well, I guess tomorrow you'll find out whether or not your prediction that I will die, apparently, is true. Thanks for your faith in me, Setson. You have a good sleep, Setson, and I hope work is not too brutal for you tomorrow. Let's get a shout out for Setson too. He doesn't have a lot of opportunity to stream, but every time I've caught one of his streams, it has been absolutely hilarious. I've always had a good time in a Setson stream. Alright. And let's do the boozinate for that 5th Wither. Okay. Yep, another armored Wither's Head. That's cool. 5 nether stars. Thank you, Shipwreck. With the shout out for Setson. Definitely follow Setson. It's very worth your time. Make sure the notifications are on, since he can't do a regular schedule right now, so that if he goes live, you'll at least know, and if you have a chance to go see, you won't regret it. All right. Here we go. Whoop. I mean, that'll work, but still. I like doing it this way. Wither number 6. And we're doing fine on the arrows. Okay, good. All right. How about you? A whole lot more this time. There we go. Melee combat time. Take that, and that, and that, and that, and die. I don't even have to eat during those fights. I think it's completely random which Witherhead drops. I haven't looked at the loot table, but... Funny, that last arrow is pointing back at me because it hit him while he was invincible for ranged attacks. Fun fact, though, fireworks will still damage him even with the shield up, so they don't count as a ranged attack. They count as an explosion. Alright, that is number 6. Oh, here we go. Look at that. There are 6 Wither Skulls remaining, Wither Skeleton Skulls, so that means this is the last one-on-one fight, and then we see what happens when I face 2 at once. Let's do the Boozenate for number 6. Oh, the cam was up the whole time. That's alright. Back to the end of the Devonian, nearly the Cambrian. No, the Carboniferous. There we go. Alright, let's turn the booze cam off this time. And let's do this. Let's do one more one-on-one Wither fight, and then the one that scares me. The 2-on-1 fight. Alright. Wither number 7. Alright, my guy. Let's do this. You and me. Didn't miss a shot. Take that, and that, and that, and that, and you're dead. Shipwreck says, I don't know why you didn't fight them all at once like a real Minecrafter. Maybe next time. I think that would be fun. I know there's one of those advancements for fighting 10 withers all at once, so next time, this baby steps, Shipwreck, baby steps. I mean, I may be a PvP pro, completely undefeated in the Minecraft Championships, considering I've never been in one. But, oh, one step at a time, Shipwreck. Next time I do this, it'll be a 10-on-1 wither fight. I'd have been tempted to do it if I had all 10, but I did not. There we go, Armored Wither's head. All right, we need the Boozenate for Wither number 7. Lucky 7. Oh no, if you're gonna do 10, Burke and I want to be there. Fair enough. Okay, Shipwreck. Let's plan a 10v3 fight. We'll all 3 take them on. Maybe we can do that on the community first SMP. There we go. We're back in the middle of the Ordovician period. We'll supply the heads. Okay, fair enough. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, And now I've never summoned more than one, or spawned more than one at a time, so I'm assuming... No, they'll be fine, because there won't be any blocks to break since they'll both be there. So, I guess I just put them right next to each other. So I'm going to do it this way. And here. And then let's do this. And this. And before I put the last skulls on, let's see what the predictions is. See where the odds are on me. Ooh. There's 10k saying that, of course, super easy, and 4.5k saying, nope, he will die. Ah, okay, well, this is interesting. Let's see. Let's see who is right. Alright, Withers, number... let's prime the crossbow, charge the crossbow. Okay, Withers, number 8 and 9. Okay, alright, I'm terrified. Took a screenshot. Yeah, okay, what am I doing? What am I even thinking? Yep, they're both on me. Ah! No! They're knocking each other out of the way of the arrows. That's very rude. He's in the invulnerable mode. Nope, he's not anymore. They're healing. Okay, yeah, you're in invulnerable mode. Let's fight. Let's fight. You and me. Just you and me. And the other guy doing the aerial bombardment. Being a real jerk. Yep, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is... Ah! Okay, he's dead. And I need to eat again. Yikes. Ah. Oh, my grip on my mouse right now is so tight. Dan's grip on his mouse is tight. It looks like you're going to die, so Scaly. Ah! Okay, well, I got some air there. That was no good. Eat. Oh. He's healed enough that he is above. There we go. Ah! I do have my totem in my offhand, so that's good. Probably gonna pop it. Nope, I'm not gonna pop it. Oh, I did it! I did it! Bowser says, toy, like a toiga. That there is no pleasing you. Okay. Okay, there's another nether star I need to pick up. Oh my gosh. My heart is pounding. Okay, there's the stuff right there. Whoops. Right there. Shipwreck redeemed Boozinate. Okay, so for both that Boozinate and the two Boozinates there, let's go ahead and finish off this beer. And then the next Boozinate means a new booze. There we go. I did it! I did it! Alright. I think I could do 10 at once. Absolutely could do 10 at once. Okay, let's Elric with the hydrate. Thank you, Elric, and welcome. Shipwreck says I'm always happy to booze. Dan, wow. Well, you're just upset that you lost a whole bunch of points. Let's choose the outcome of that prediction. Of course, super easy. And complete. 15K channel points went to one viewer. Who was it, I wonder? Let's see. See the details. Where's the pop out? I don't know. That's okay. All right, but I've got those, so that means, let's see, we need to go north and that way. Northeast is where the ender chest is, and we're okay. Let's see, wait a minute. Oh, it was Bowser. She got 14K points. Nice. GG, Bowser. GG. Let's see. You have to actually fight them and not run. Hey, hey, hey. I was just maintaining fighting distance, fighting spacing. I wasn't running away from the wither. I was maintaining my reach. Kaylee says, Dan, don't die. I have to drive home, so I can't cheer. Honestly, it looks like you're going to die. Yeah, she put in 10K, so she won about 5. So, Isa, hey there. Just woke up at a weird time, so I thought I'd pop in. Did you see me fight off 2 withers at once, like a pro, like an actual pro? And there's a shout out for a shipwreck for Bowser from Shipwreck. Oh, my nerves are settling down. Just a bit. And there's a shout out for Isa. Yeah, Isa's doing some really cool art, and there it is, right there. Definitely follow Isa. She's been doing some cool watercolor cards in her stream. And I need to go there and save up some points. Invulnerable. Okay, look at this. I've got all 4 heads right here. So we got Wither's Head, Wither's Head, Invulnerable Wither's Head, and Armored Invulnerable's Wither's Heads. Armored Invulnerable Wither's Head. Man, that is a mouthful. Jeez. Let's put some totems back. I didn't need a single one. I didn't pop a single stinky totem. Okay, it says, oh, I've been doing watercolor cards too. Not just not cool ones. Your art is cool. Let's show off some of your art right now, as we do. That's my cat Aria. I actually have enough to do another draw my pet redeem. I'm not gonna do it yet. But yeah, that's Kaylee. So let's do the Kaylee command. There we go. Definitely check out Kaylee as well. Kaylee is a good friend of mine who also does art. Okay. Well, now that craziness is at an end, actually, let's grab the elytra again. This one. There we go. And rockets, Dan. You need rockets. There we go. And now, let's go back home. Which is, yep, northwest this way. Whew. Yeah, my pulse is racing, which means that booze is going to go right to my head. Let's see. There's Shipwreck with the sunglasses cat. And Kaylee says, or Shipwreck says, Dan, make the derp cat an actual emote. Well, here's the thing. Everyone can add the sunglasses if they want to Aria, the cat. So it already is an actual emote. That works just fine. Thank you for being awesome, Isa, says Shipwreck. And Isa says, I think you got me confused with someone else. You're awesome, Isa. You are awesome. I do enjoy insulting you, dances, Katie. Arya? Oh, my sister class also named that. Actually, it's Arya with a Y. So Arya with an I is like a form of song, but Arya with a Y, the reason we named her Arya with a Y is the character from Game of Thrones. The young crazy kid with the sharp sword. She has very sharp claws and she's crazy, so... Shbrick says, no, I'm only subbing if Arya Derp Cat is the thing. That's okay. Good thing I'm not doing this for a living, right? Okay, let's, as is tradition, every time we pass here, we gather just a little bit more basalt. There we go. Yep, it's accumulating right there. Okay. All right, I'm adjusting my posture because it shifted during all of that fighting. That was a whole thing. Oh good, at least there are spaces there now. Except for one. And yes, Shipwreck, I know I need to give you a list of the what's-it commands. And there's the FirstCraft command. Yep, those are... Is that up to date? Let's see. Alpin Burke. Danbury Pig. Hey, that's me! Helium. Excuse me. Jimmy Pup. Bowser. Lena. Nia. Pro Kitman. Russic Dragon. Shipwreck. Hey, that's that guy you are. Supreme Doom. Twiglet. And Yuji. That's right. I've been seeing Yuji online more and more lately, which is good. He had a concussion a while back, and that has been limiting his ability to play Minecraft, unfortunately. That happened right after we started this season, so that is too bad. Okay, let's see. I think my basalt? Man, I'm still flustered. My obsidian is over here, so let's grab it. Yep. And let's craft up these stinky beacons. And then let's go back into the nether, and let's pick up right where we left off last week before my PC crashed, and then I couldn't log into the first SMP. I figured out what was going wrong, and it's fixed now. And let's tear down that Bastion. 9 more beacons. Okay, so... Oh yeah. I died down there. I can't even remember what that was. Oh right, that was the creeper. That was the creeper that killed that killed Sacred Kevin. Kaylee says, "Did you derp?" No, I didn't derp. Oh, that's derp. Yeah, today's build is not based on a tutorial by Lingo. That was the last one. That was when I built the froglight farm that we're making pretty today. And Dill says, "Dan, hey there, Dill." Let's get a shout out for Dill as well. He doesn't stream very often, but I've been to a couple of his streams and had a good time. So definitely worth a watch and a follow. Okay, so I've got a beacon there and a beacon there, and I've got a beacon there and a beacon there. But I think I'm going to move them. So I had originally thought it would be cool to have like just a ring of beacons around this caldera. But with the layout of my base, that really clashes. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to do beacons here, 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 and here. And here, 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 and here. And then maybe ones out here as well. So, Q Guy, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Enjoy your llama train there. Oh good, the game command is working. Dill says, I plan on streaming more when work dies down. Okay, good. Yes, so if you're following Dill and you have the alerts on, you'll know when he's able to stream again. And Issa says, I still haven't made time to get onto the community SMP arc. Well, I look forward to seeing you there, Issa, for sure. What the heck? Okay. Well. This is a raid about 4 times as big as my maximum viewership ever, so welcome, Matt. Hey there. We're going to have to show my face here. And back into a corner. And then I'm going to have to catch up. We're going to have a lot of my customized alerts that were made in the replay mod, and then I'm going to have to catch up with the whole deal. Right. Matt, welcome. Okay, so Matt, I was actually going to raid you afterwards because Matt is celebrating today 2 years on Twitch. Twice as long, as I've been on Twitch, which makes him almost twice as cool as me. Not quite, but almost twice as cool as me. So let's while we watch the llamas just continuously walk across the screen here, let's follow the chats. Yeah, Issa saying hello to Satan. Arena Lisa Aaron, hey there, you're an old friend. Saying Ranger Raid, welcome to the stream Arena. Yeah, I played with her on the Still Alive SMP way back in the day. Yeah, there's Q Guy X Ranger Stream Anniversary Raid. Ah, so your follow came in before the raid. That's hilarious. Mr. Matt Ranger himself saying Ranger Raid. Ashoff 11 or Ashoff 11, I'm not sure which it is, saying Rainer Raid. And Lena Hun, welcome. Lena is awesome as well. I've been to her stream a couple of times. She's very entertaining. Drummer Major 03 with all the Matt Ranger emotes. Definitely very cool emotes. Crystal Husky, another familiar name. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. This is FirstCraft, by the way. Sir Hunt, I've seen your name around. I don't think I've been to one of your streams, but yeah, Sir Hunt is here. Julius Darkwing is another name I've seen but haven't interacted with. Saying Ranger Raid. Kaylee saying, hey Dan, don't mess up under pressure. Definitely gonna happen now. Thanks, Kaylee. Thanks. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Octogen, another name I am very familiar with. Haven't been to an Octogen stream. I think Octogen streams. But yeah. Lots of familiar ones. Mr. Matt Ranger saying, I am done. We did 12 hours and I'm shot. Oh, I believe it, Matt. So I fully expect that you are going to raid and run, and that is entirely reasonable. In fact, it would be unreasonable for you to stay, but if you did, that's amazing as well. Yeah, Matt Ranger is 2 years on Twitch and just did a 12-hour stream, which is insane. Just craziness. Matt, you're a legend, says Shipwreck. Hope you had a great stream. I believe he did. I was able to drop in briefly and say hello. Sadly, wasn't able to watch. It's been a day of watching my kids while my wife lays down some floor in our basement. So they're saying, can't believe I wasn't following you already. Oh, I can believe it, Lena. I'm a noob. And Arena saying, 6H20? Hello. Arena, you know who 6H20 is. That is Satan. He is waiting so that he can change his name to Satan, but without the 00 prefix. So, and there he is saying, so yes. And yeah, Crystal Husky with his own wave emote. That's very cool. That's a cool little husky emote. And yeah, we're getting the shout outs as well. Dame is here. Okay, Dame the Dime. I've been to Dame the Dime streams a few times. He is hilarious. Matt ended stream too early and made me late. Welcome, Dame. You're a legend as well. Dame, I ended on time. Get good. That's true. I'm gonna side with Mr. Matt Ranger on this one, Dame. I believe he ended on time. Oh, Octogen has never streamed. Okay, I've just seen your name pop up in a lot of the same streams that I follow. Imagine having the same good taste as me. Way too dank, says Dame. Bowser says, well, now we have raiders and conversations. I'm off to get out of the house for the day. Yep, Bowser is in the upside down part of the world, and so it is morning for Kabowser. Yes. Oh, we got a guest in the ear. Dame the Legend. All right, let's see. I think, yeah, that was Kabowser playing the guest. Thank you, Bowser. And yeah, you have a good day, Bowser. Good to see you here. So yeah, thanks, Matt, for derailing the stream. Jeez. I just fought 9 withers all at the same time. No, just kidding, I didn't. I fought 2 at the same time after fighting 7 one-on-one. And got these wither skulls and 9 more beacons, which I'm gonna need because here's my volcano lair, my evil James Bond inspired volcano lair. And I am extending these tunnels outward, and it is really rough without the beacon effect, so gonna add some beacons. Let's see. Dill saying, I was in a swamp and it still scared me. Ooh, Elric redeeming a Rescue My Kerbal. So Matt has been to one of my Kerbal streams. On Saturdays, I stream Kerbal Space Program, And most of my Kerbals now are named for viewers, so we're going to have a Matt Kerbal Ranger. Matt Ranger Kerman. Issa says, I'm going to try to go back to sleep. It's 3 a.m. Yeah, Issa is in Norway. Have a great rest of the stream, Dan. Thank you, Issa, and you have a good sleep and a good night, and I hope to see you on the Community First SMP soon. Let's, I'm going to type this right now. If you are not in the FirstCraft Discord, definitely hang out with us there, and we have a community SMP now, run by our very own Shipwreck V27, the best chief engineer in the business. And Mr. Matt Rayner, just saying, I'm off the PC now, Dan. Have a good night. Matt, why on earth would you be so tired? Did you just have like a 12-hour stream or something? You have an excellent night, Mr. Matt Ranger. Thank you for bringing your people by. This is epic. So, yeah. I wish I could show off my door, but it is currently broken and stuck this way. But I totally have a very cool sliding door on the top of my volcano lair, which is inspired by Blofeld's lair from the James Bond movie You Only Live Twice. And these tunnels here that I'm digging out for the rest of the base infrastructure are inspired by Dr. No and the most recent James Bond movie, No Time to Die, which is also inspired by Dr. No. So it's all just really inspired by Dr. No. So having come up with a better idea of the layout, I'm going to have to move some of my farms, so... And Steve, welcome! And Kaylee saying, still broken? What's still broken, Kaylee? I don't know what would be broken. But yeah, so we're going to actually change gears now, and do another dangerous thing. Let me put away my obsidian and my glass. I'm moving my storage, so don't worry. The chest monster is soon going to disappear. Let's just drop these off here for now. That'll do. And yeah, I've got lots of obsidian on me. Where's your allays? I have one. I'll show you where it is, Kaylee. I'll show you where the allay is. There we go. Steve says, I've been out camping, so I wasn't able to catch prior streams, but I'm here now. Oh, very cool. I hope your camping went well, Steve. Camping is a whole lot of fun. I love camping. Recently took my twins, who are 16 months old now, on their first camping trip, and they loved it. It's not Minecraft if there are not chest monsters. True. However, I should also make a proper storage system, and then also have chest monsters. So I'll counter your statement, Kaylee, with it's not Minecraft unless you have a proper storage system and then use chest monsters instead. So that's the plan. But yeah, so this is going to be a massive base. I've already got several farms set up, but a whole lot more planned. And I'm going to need a lot more froglights. So a couple weeks ago, we built a froglight farm. And then last week, we're going to finish taking down the Bastion that's around it when my PC crashed and a file got corrupted that wouldn't let me log back into the first SMP. So, let's see. Kid says, it's still broken, is referring to... Oh, yes, to the door. Yep, it is indeed still broken. And Shipwreck saying, Dan, I'll be right back making a snack. Oh, bring me a snack. Truth in advertising, says Scaly. And Crystal Husky with the lurk. Enjoy your lurk, Crystal Husky. And it's good to see you here. And Steve saying, I posted some pictures on Twig's Discord. It was cold, but lovely. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna shout out Twiglet, one of our newest firsts. He rarely gets to... Whoop, nope. That's a derp. That says yes. He's a fantastic streamer. He's in the UK, so he and I rarely get to watch each other's streams because of scheduling, but it's always a good time. So, let's see. I already have an ender chest where we're going, so let's go ahead. Arrows are fine. Let's just go through the portal here. Oh, man, I really wish I had cows to harvest. Now that I've got all you new people here, I want to show off my cool farm with my Johnny powering it. So I've got a cow breeder up top, which I need to do some refinement to, but it works. And I breed up some cows. They get held in a chamber back there, and then I flip this lever, and they get dropped out this chute and murdered by Johnny. But there's none waiting, sadly. Sorry about that. But yeah, and I've recently emptied this chest, but beef comes out here. But yeah, I'm gonna have evil minions all over this base. Everyone's gonna be an evil minion. Everything is gonna be powered by evil minions. Steve says, is he in the naughty corner? What did he do? He murdered cows, but that's not naughty. That's what he's supposed to do. Johnny is kind of mean, says Dill. Well, fun fact about that, Shipwreck tried to troll me the other day, and he looked at Johnny and saw that he didn't have an axe. Went in there and almost died, because, fun fact, Johnny doesn't actually carry an axe. It's purely visual. So, yeah, as soon as he went in there, axe. There's my froglight farm, all the way over there. So we've got to go northeast, so about that way. And we've got a fair way to fly on the another roof. Am I still a minion, says Dill. You are still a minion, but you're currently a homeless minion because I still have not rebuilt your room. Sorry, Dill. Don't be mad at me. Johnny was trying to do a prison break, says Arena. Yep. SMH my head, says Dill. I know, SMH all the heads. And instead of fuel efficient, we're going for the speed run here. Kaylee is shocked. Shocked! But yes, I think it was Shipwreck did a fake redeem for Dill to have a room in my base. So I made him a room in my base when I was first designing the minion, the henchman quarters. Then I had to move some things and tear it down. But Dill, no, that's not a derp. I'm just behind schedule, Kaylee. I mean, unless my moderators say it's a derp, I don't argue with my moderators ever. But yes, Dill, I promise that you will have a very nice room and a very nice office. Not just a henchman, but a privileged henchman. Currently, for some reason that I cannot understand, all of my henchmen are named Kevin. I blame both Twiglet and Kabowser, but Kabowser says it was all Twiglet. Let's go, says Dill. Alright, right here. Here is the portal to the Froglight farm. And so it is fair that I still have Ilmango's tutorial in the tutorial command because, yep, it comes up here and then we move to here. And this is where I brought the frogs in as well. So the warm and the cold frogs came in this way, whereas the temperate frogs I was able to breed right here. Look at those guys. And yeah, there was a wandering trader, but he wandered under some gravel. Not my fault, but I'm taking care of his llamas for him. It says, if you made me a moderator, I'm positive you wouldn't regret it. Blame Setson, says Shipwreck. Dill says, don't make me a mod, I don't know what I'm doing. She says, unfortunately, I can't stay long. Gotta get back to my project. I'll hopefully be able to catch you next stream. Sending hugs. Hope everyone has a good day or night. Stee out. Thank you for being here, Stee, and you have an excellent evening. Kaylee says, I would not typically ever talk about me being a mod around anyone, but this is for the walls. But yeah, okay, so now, I'm a Twitch boomer assistant. There we go. Let's see, tutorial. Yeah, this is based on, and I think that is the correct URL there, because I haven't changed it since. This is an Ilmango design, very simple. Was able to build it in like half an hour. We got the minecart chest, or minecart hopper, going around collecting all the drops, and any moment we should see some magma cubes spawn here. Yeah, we got 3 of each kind of frog, and yep, there they are. The magma cubes settle down, and they're stuck in the powdered snow. They shiver, they freeze, they die, split into smaller pieces, and fortunately they don't hurt the frogs. Shipwreck with the Boozinate. Okay, let's talk about the Froglight farm, and then I'm going to go get a new booze because Dill says, I barely know how to start a stream. Oh, but you can start a stream, Dill, and I've been to them, and I've had a good time. But yeah, and then, yeah, there they go. Little ones, and the most horrifying thing currently in Minecraft, those gaping maws. Look at them go. Nia! Thank you for the resub. Wait, no. Nia's not here. That was 5 more? Kaylee. This is too much. This is a total of what, 20 now that you've given? Thank you very much, Kaylee. So let's see. We have Ixo and Nia and Short Zelda and Spa Gibbs and Boan74, who plays on the community SMP, by the way. And yes, Daniel, says Kaylee. All right, let's just watch this go while I real quick run and grab another booze. I'll be 30 seconds. And I'm back. Kaylee says, he looks like a troll. Who looks like a troll? Let's put on the drink cam, because Shipwreck redeemed Boozinate, and I'm out of the booze. I'm not sure if it's facial hair or a weird grin on his face. Who are you talking about? Let's see. Alright, and I've got my geologic timescale glass here. So we're going to pour out, once again, the entire history of geologic time. 4.5 billion years of history depicted in booze. Thank you, Shipwreck. And this time we're doing the Uinta. Same brand, but this is the Detour IPA. It's slightly stronger. 9.5, I believe. Where is it? I think so. Anyway, it's a strong one, and it's a delicious one. Oh, me! Shipwreck says, let's see that beard on Booze Cam, Dan. Okay, I am thinking of adding a face cam once I've got this room set up. So my wife is currently reupholstering a couch for her new sewing room. And then everything will be finished there, and I can set up this room properly and have it clean so that it's not an embarrassing mess if I were to show my face on camera. I mean, my face is excellent, but the background, I gotta have an appropriate background, right? Yeah, that's just a thing. Let's see. Kaylee says, 6 black pixels under the nose. Oh, I see, yeah. Is that weird smirk, or is that Chinscraft? You know, it's hard to tell. This is Jane Cobb from Firefly. There's the hat. I'm going with that it's a beard. But Minecraft faces are pretty weird. This is very close to a Steve face, but I actually have that shirt in real life. It's a shirt from the show Firefly, and I'm a nerd, so. Satan says, you should pick up some La Fin du Monde by Victory Brewing. It's your favorite. I'll see if I can find it here. I'd give it a shot. You're being photobombed. Yeah. Okay, but this thing is fantastically productive. Before I came back here just now, all of this was just now. All of it. I emptied this out except for the placeholders. So last time I was here. So a stack of each froglight has just been dropped in the time that it's taken me to explain this thing and go get another beer. Mr. Briggs saying, Satan with the Fran case, and Kaylee saying, you're a nerd, Harry. My name isn't Harry, gosh. But Okay, so a fellow first pro kit man and I took down most of this half of the Bastion together, and I'm going to shout him out because he is worth seeing. Yeah, he streams semi-regularly from this server, and he makes YouTube videos from here, and he's planning a time-lapse of this. We took down this half of the Bastion, the bigger half, down to here, before I had a plan of what I wanted to do with it. And now I have a better plan. So let's turn off the shaders for a moment. And first let's turn on the shape renderer. This is the spawning sphere around the thing. And so you can see I've been hard at work spawn-proofing this against ghasts, because I do not want ghasts coming in here, shooting fireballs and blowing up the farm. So over here, we've got it done. We're spawn-proofed past the sphere. I need to double-check above, but let's see. Arena says there's an overflow output. Yeah, not yet. So the full storage system is not designed yet. Dill says the weatherman. That's right, our local weatherman. He's a real-life weatherman. An Indian one. I think that's, yep, that's what I want to avoid. Hold on. You're a butt. Die. Yeah, we're trying to prevent these guys. This has enough blast resistance that it's generally okay, but still. Thank you, Indian. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but let me know if I'm not, for the follow. And Kaylee says, Case is pronounced Francois, isn't it? It doesn't look like it, Kaylee. There's a C in there, and it's followed by a broad vowel, which means it's a hard C. Jeez. Satan, yes, I'm French, says Shipwreck. He dropped a tear, go get it. Not just a tear, actually not a tear at all. He dropped a head. And yes, I'll go get it. Hi, I'm Dan Bear Big. You might not know me because the vast majority of you here are pretty new. But I appreciate that you're here. And I'm going to take this off now because it's not as safe as my netherite helmet. But I've got a lot more work to do. So let's take a look at the design that I have for this thing. Let's see. There's the schematic renderer. And I, of course, don't have a stick on me. But because I never have a stick when I need one. So let's take a look. And it's going to be an evil frog statue. And Wolseman, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, is now following. Thank you for the follow. Let's load the schematic. That should put it here. And, okay, so its face is over here because I haven't rotated it. But this is the general plan. Let's see. Where can I get up there? Right here. Yeah. An evil frog statue. And there's no texturing on this, except for where the mouth is. But I am experimenting with a block palette, which you can see right here. So, yeah, I'm going to make an evil frog statue, but that means for people to be able to see it, I'm going to need to clear this place out. Let's see. Kaylee saying, or Shipwreck saying, I think we could hear more follow llamas. You're a butt now, says Kaylee. Oh my goodness. Dan Frogbear 82, I think is what that's supposed to say, Shipwreck. I think you derped with a typo, Shipwreck. All right, let's open this up. Loaded schematics and actually schematic placements. That's what we need. And yep, that's the one. Remove it. Yeah, I knew we were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that, Shipwreck. Blame your derp on me. We can turn that off now. So what happened before I was rudely interrupted by a PC crash. Let's turn the shaders back on. Was I was about to tear down this half of the Bastion, which still has some piglin brutes in it. So let's do another prediction here. And this is the one that we were going to do last time. Will Dan die? Let's capitalize Dan. I'm a proper noun. Removing the Bastion. Yes. Oh, shoot. Was that a sound redeem, or was that a real... Because it could be either. It's too plausible. All right. I don't see a 1. Yes. Imminent death. Or no, he will live. And let's do a 2-minute prediction. There we go. And it was Dill. Dill, you butt. Kaylee says, I predict you will die a violent death. No. Shipwreck saying, Kaylee, I think you deserve at least a derp. It's your lucky day. Here's one for you. Wow. So rude. Oh my goodness. You see what I put up with. But yeah, this lava will prevent ghast spawns, and they can still spawn here. So while I was over there doing all of this dangerously, they were still spawning over here and shooting at me, but at least they were shooting away from the whole deal. And give me just a moment. I need to hit the cough button for a second for a sneeze. There we go. Yep, that would have been almost as loud as those first withers. But yeah, so let's start taking down this part here. But yeah, that part there still has brutes in it. My nemesis in this game, other than, you know, creepers. And so the danger is real. But here we go. Hi, little guy. And I think I'm going to keep this axe, just because I don't want to go grab a sword. But yeah, I need to tear down the rest of this, and then tear down this as well. This temporary platform, which is slabs that ghasts won't spawn on, will be replaced by that schematic that I just showed off. But yeah, this is one of the reasons I needed more beacons, because I brought one here and didn't have enough to continue working on my actual base. Shipwreck says, I'm not participating. I'm always wrong. Well, Shipwreck, then you should predict that I'll die. That way I will live. I mean, you care about me, right? I have died here. And Mandolin is now following. Thank you for the follow, Mandolin. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to FirstCraft stream. But yeah, we started last time I was here with me going on a scuba diving mission in the lava to retrieve my gear from a zombified piglin that had murdered me right to death. It was no good. I mean, you could just slash kill. And Mandolin says, hello, Mandolin. That is a cool name. I'm a fan of the mandolin, as in the musical instrument, myself. So, I'm assuming that that is a pun on that name, which is very cool. And Shipwreck saying, I mean, you could just slash kill. That is the name of my sword. Are you telling me I should go get my sword, which is named slash kill? My axe is at E. Kaylee, you got me. Did you see me look behind me? We're in the nether. We're in the nether and not anywhere where a creeper could come through my nether portal. And yet I looked behind me because I am on high alert. Oh my gosh. And yes, Shipwreck with the Discord command. Yeah, if you're not part of the FirstCraft Discord, absolutely hang out with us there. All sorts of jokes, screenshots, clips, go live announcements, and even a community SMP run by our own very own Shipwreck, who is the best chief engineer in the business. And we are lucky to have him. He's the chief engineer behind this server as well, and look how buttery smooth it is. Look at that. Look at those milliseconds per tick. Never saw such a low number, which is good. Says I win. Says I got you with the ghast. You were looking at yeah. That was the big one because I mean like there are ghasts, and I have tweaked the volume on that sound alert just right. So it was the same sound, the same volume as I would actually hear a ghast in-game, which, oh boy, that made me nervous. And I was in the middle of typing with a different window focused and everything. Mandolin says, while I do own a mandolin, I'm sadly lacking in musical talent. Mandolin Manda is my name. Very cool. Welcome to the stream. And Shipwreck saying, I'll be back in a few. Gotta bring the puppy out. Yeah, Shipwreck and Supreme Doom just got a brand new puppy. Congrats on the new family member, Shipwreck. If anyone wants to see the new puppy, join the FirstCraft Discord. Yes, join the FirstCraft Discord to see pictures of the puppy. And also some fan art by Isa, whom I'm hoping that she will post that soon on Twitter so that our FirstCraft Twitter account can retweet. And I think the prediction is done. Let's take a look. It's 20% saying that I will die an imminent death versus 80% saying no, I will live. Okay. Go hit a zombified piglin, says Kaylee. I've done that. I've done that accidentally. I'm not going to do it again. Not right now. That was a real one. Where are you? There. It is not cool that they can fire from beyond my render distance. That is just not cool. Alright, let's drop off. We have nearly a full inventory already of blocks from this thing. Don't hit the piglins, says Dill. I put 4K on you surviving. Alright, for you, Dill. I was thinking about it, but for you, I won't go hit the piglin. Oh, hi. I'm gonna run out of storage, aren't I? Do I have more storage here? No, I might have to go get more storage at some point. Although I do have wood for chests. Yes, I do. Okay, good. We can make chests. There we go. All right. We're saved. I can make some temporary storage. Another chest monster. Just like that. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. There we go. You put in like 60. That's probably all in since you are new here, and it's very appreciated for the participation. This is only procrastinating the problem. I'm not procrastinating. I will need to do this again. I'll need to do this several times. Procrastinating. Do I ever procrastinate, Kaylee? I never procrastinate. You know me. I never procrastinate. Yeah. Keeping the axe. Alright, we need to go up here to the top. I barely started when my PC crashed last week, and it corrupted. I have a mod called Bobby, which was named by our friend Raider, and developed by Johnny, who is the developer for the replay mod. And it is a replay mod companion, which extends the potential render distance for a replay render. So basically, it downloads the chunks that you load as you play, and gives you the potential to render beyond your render distance from cached chunks. And unfortunately, the way that my PC crashed, it corrupted those files, and until I removed them, I was not able to log in to the first SMP. Oh, I mean adding to the chest monsters. Yeah, that's true. Although, to be fair, these are the materials I'm going to use to build the evil frog statue. Oh, there goes a lantern. There are 2 chests that I have not looted yet. Oh my goodness. I'm already starting to get nervous again because I know that there are brutes here, and I have died to so many brutes. About, not a year ago, maybe 6 months ago or so, I went on an epic quest with my stepdaughter, Yellow Sunshine R, the R stands for revenge, trying to find Pigstep on my family server, and it took 4 streams because we kept dying. It was brutal. Cool. There we go. And I have another pickaxe as well. I have broken 2 pickaxes doing this. Okay, we've got... I hear a piglin brute. And we're going to go top down, just demolishing this thing. And deal with the brutes as they come. Yes, even with totems, I have died to these guys several times. Who is that? Brute. 2 brutes. Okay. First ones I've seen. And the other big danger here is accidentally hitting a zombified piglin while fighting these guys. That's why I'm not going to use my piercing crossbow on them. Not right now. Where are you guys? What are you guys doing? There we go. Lucky they don't have a path upward. Where did he go? He didn't die, did he? I don't think... I think I only killed 1 of the 2. Okay. Brutal, get it? Says Kaylee. I see how you voted, Kaylee. You said you were going to vote for a violent death, and you sure did. You sure did. Alright, and there's another chest right there that I have not... Oh, okay. Oh, and he can get to me. Ah! Run, Dan, run! Ah! Ah! Oh, he can get here. Oh! I almost popped a totem. Almost. Not quite. Oh, that was rough. That was pretty close. Tried to block his path, but nope, he was able to pathfind up to me. Oh my goodness. Dill says, Dan, chestplate, you're gonna give me a heart attack. Yes, but the flee factor, the ability to flee. So ideally, if I'm fighting them, I should have protection 4 armor on all 4 armor slots. Specifically, protection 4. By far the best way to fight piglin brutes. But since I'm also going up and down, maybe... Yeah, maybe I equip both. Maybe I keep both in my inventory so that I can swap back and forth between them. You bring up a good point. Dang, says Kaylee. Sorry you lived. Yeah. Sorry to disappoint you, Kaylee. As usual. That was a little bit surprising. Those things usually break if they don't have something to attach to, and there was no chain of chat attached to that lantern. Alright, what have we got? Oh, a diamond pickaxe, some chains, some gold blocks. Ah, gilded blackstone, ancient debris. Very cool. Let's go ahead and break these. Oh, I don't have my axe. I do have my axe. Just not in the usual slot. Don't need that. Excuse me, you're gonna break my stuff. Dude. Not cool, my guy. I'm coming after you. Melee kill. Mwahaha. Jeez, what butts those guys are. So, very rude. The creepers of the nether. Alright, I do want that diamond pickaxe, though. Cooked pork chop? I don't need that. I've got plenty of that. I am pork. And does this silk touch? Okay, good. I promised Pro Kitman all of the gilded blackstone. So let's go back and drop off a load of stuff. And there's another stinky creeper, or not creeper, creeper of the nether. When did this start flowing? Jeez. That butt. Get out of here. Okay, this says, I bet your pick is gone. Nope, I've got it right there. Indian says, make some gold and trade the piglins. Maybe. I'm saving the gold for now. There is a gold farm. I don't have a gold farm, but there is a gold farm on the server. But for now, I'm just gonna do this. Just drop off everything. There we go. I don't know how many piglin brutes there are in here, but I don't think those were the only ones. And hey, I can pick up this stuff. And what's in here? Ooh, a whole lot of gold, some arrows, another nice diamond pickaxe, and another cooked pork chop. Alright, let's eat these pork chops first. That'll clear up a spot in the inventory. Good, more chances for me to win. Very rude. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna go 2 layers at a time other than this. One here. There we go. And I know I'm losing a lot, but I'm getting a whole lot more. It's not worth trying to save every single block. There are so many of these. Hey! Hey! You! The most nerve-wracking thing about that is the chance that I might hit a zombified piglin. Oh my gosh. I've watched the latest pitch meetings. OMG, says Gailey. What's the latest one? I don't think I have. I think I'm caught up on Ryan George's own channel, but not on pitch meetings. But what is the latest one that he pitch meetinged? And have you watched the honest trailer for Eternals, Kaylee? It is really great. And really, really drives home exactly everything wrong with that movie. That awful movie. We're halfway through Season 3 of Punisher now. Season 2. Season 2 of Punisher. And excited that they announced another season of Daredevil on Disney Plus with the same cast. That is going to be really great. Oh, I should though, says Gailey. Yes, yes you should. It is great. Alright, soon we're going to be opening up more rooms. I'm hearing piglins, I'm not hearing brutes yet. But I think that there's at least one more brute in here. I'm looking at my my subtitles too. This is very satisfying. Are you a Marvel fan, says Dill? I am. I've been very much enjoying the majority of those movies and shows. But yeah, Punisher is particularly good. So is Daredevil. Really like Jessica Jones as well. Really excited for Season 2 of Loki. Loki is fantastic. But the guy, I'm having a brain fart on his name. I know his name, but the guy who plays Punisher on the Netflix series, now on Disney Plus, reminds me of B00. They have a very similar look and physique. Very different attitudes, though. Okay, that fills that chest up. Yeah, look at all this material. And a lot of this is going to go towards building the frog. The giant evil frog. The Blackstone frog. What did you think of the Doctor Strange movie? It was fun. It was definitely not the best Marvel movie, or as good as other movies that have had Doctor Strange, but it didn't need to be. I enjoyed it quite a bit. They're doing a lot of kind of refresh. We're basically back in Phase 1 of the MCU, where they're trying out various different new ideas, seeing what sticks, introducing new characters and new dilemmas, and in each of these they're running up against the multiverse and not ready for it. So yeah, there's definitely a different and less connected feel to this phase, and that is okay, especially since we do need to have a little bit of a palate cleanser after the high stakes of Endgame. Hi. Die. And so my main complaint with the new Doctor Strange movie, and this isn't particularly spoilery or anything, is that what was her name? America Chavez. That's my first introduction to her, since I'm not a comic book reader. But she wasn't really even a character. She was just kind of there. And she should have had more to do with it. They used Wanda very well, I think. So I'm a little bit responding to your comment there about female characters, Kaylee. And we've talked before, and I think we were talking about Black Widow. And I think my issue with the reason I didn't have as much issue with Black Widow as you did is that I already didn't care about Black Widow, and I find Scarlett Johansson to be fairly boring. It took the actual Endgame movie for me to care about her. But there have been plenty of other female characters that they have written well. So it's not particularly a female character problem, but she, in my opinion, was a boring character. So, but her sister in the Black Widow movie, her sister was great. I really liked her, and I really liked, shoot, what was her name? The deaf girl. I'm not up on my names of the new characters in the Hawkeye series, and I think she's getting her own series as well, and that's going to be really cool. You think I'm wrong? And Indian is saying, have you guys seen the new movie Minions? I have not, and I probably won't. I liked the Minions in the first, shoot, having a brain fart here, Despicable Me movie, but they were way too much for me in the following one, and I'm pretty much minioned out before even starting that movie. So probably not going to go see that one. But yes, considering that my expectations were already low, Kaylee, for the character of Natasha Romanoff, I wasn't invested in her, and so I wasn't disappointed in how she was in her own movie. I was instead, my expectations were exceeded, so I enjoyed her. But even more, I enjoyed the new characters that were introduced. I liked them a lot. So it's interesting seeing it from two different perspectives there. Alright, I hear a brute. There is a brute, and here's a regular piglin, and we're accumulating zombified piglins, which makes me worried about the stray shot hitting and angering them. It's okay, says Kaylee, if you want to be incorrect. Well, see, I don't want to be incorrect. And I'm not. I am 100%, 1,000 million amounts of right and correct. And that is scientifically proven by science. 9 out of 10 scientists agree that the other 1 out of 10 is wrong about me being right. And I am correct. And yeah, that guy, he really wants to come and get me, but he's afraid of these guys, and so he keeps running away because he's all scared. Yeah, there's a brute below my feet somewhere. And I'm also going to have to switch pickaxes soon. Indian says, is everyone else lurking? Yeah, I think a lot of people, especially coming in with the raid, are lurking, and that is perfectly fine. I lurk all day long in people's streams, quite often, while I am doing various grinds on this and my other server. And there's nothing wrong with it at all. Oh, shipwreck with the boozinate. Okay, watching my back. Watching my back as I boozinate for shipwreck. Shipwreck says, I'm back, so how many new followers? I'll add that many derps. Oh, Shipwreck, I'm afraid we lost like 1,000 followers. And so I'm going to have a negative derp score now. Lurker army rise, says Satan. Thank you, Shipwreck. I mean, not for the derp ad threat, but, you know, thank you for the boozinate. Yeah, after the 9 wither fights that started off this stream, this is rather relaxing and cathartic until the next zombie or a piglin brute comes after me. Then I'm gonna have a pure panic again. Alright, inventory is still okay. Shipwreck says, Dan, you're incapable of negative derps. I'll tell you what I'm capable of. I'm capable of doing things perfectly and being right about everything and never derping. I mean, if you do exclamation point derp, you'll see. Dan never derps. It'll tell you. It'll tell you that right there, and you can't argue with that. It's science. I'm watching the durability on this pickaxe as it is dropping quick. Digging the nether music as well. I've got a mod called Music Control that reduces the cooldown between times that the game plays music, because it's very rare that the game actually plays the music, and I really like it. Oh, hi. Die. But I like to listen to it during my my streams. Do you have Unbreaking on it? Yes. Yes, I do. But I also have this beacon over here, so I have haste 2, and the whole insta-mine of the Bastion wears down the pick very, very fast. Alright, let's go ahead and drop off another load of materials. And I heard someone with their crossbow, some jerk. And let's see, does any of this stack? Yep, the stairs do.
You know what always cheers me up? Laughing at other people's misfortunes.
Thank you, Shipwreck, for the sound alert. For the bender. And sadly, while I'm doing that, this is not loaded, so we're not getting that much more on the froglights while doing that. But while I build the actual frog, which I don't know if we'll start tonight or not, probably not. It'll probably be built between streams. To be perfectly honest, the farm will be running, and that's the main reason I'm willing to make a nice big project of this, because I need a lot of frog lights. It's going to be most of the harsh fluorescent lighting of my evil villain base. Fireflowers, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Enjoy your llama train. Your llama's in my ear. One downside to streaming is I don't get as many opportunities to show off my replay mod cinematography. Besides the channel trailer, which I probably should have played again when the raid came in. I might need a bathroom BRB, and if I do, you know, because of all the boozinate, if I do, I'll play the channel trailer again, which is something from the first few days of the server, so it features nearly everyone except for the brand new firsts, and is telling of the hijinks that happened on day 1 and also our first dragon fight. Don't forget about the brute. It says, there's the brute. Hey, thank you for the timely reminder. Oh my gosh. No, you stay away. You stay away. There goes the totem. I bravely ran away. Whoop. Oh, and there's an Enderman. Why are you mad at me? You. Hey. 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 Everyone's mad at me. Why does everyone hate me? Why? Shipwreck redeemed Dan wears a diaper. I don't wear a diaper. You wear a diaper. Why? I need a spare totem. Oh, that timely reminder from Indian. Oh, so yeah, I haven't talked about this. Everyone new here, we have a custom data pack and resource pack developed by Shipwreck and myself, where if you kill an evoker, your own totem is the one that drops. So I also have some others. I have on me right now a totem of Pro Kitman, a fellow first. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Hey, you, die. Indian says, I tried to warn you. Did you see it? And I didn't. You're disappointing me, says Kaylee. Why are you still alive? Because of my pro skills and timely warning from Indian. And that's a real ghast. Let's take care of this butt. Absolute butt. And yeah, I know there's still a brute here somewhere. Where is that brute? Where are you? Where did he go? Did he didn't fall down, did he? I hope he's still alive. I want to hit him with my axe. Pro skills? No, says Kaylee. Pro skills? Yes, Kaylee. Gosh. Ugh. So rude to me. So very rude. Oh, he fell? Oh, he's probably dead. I don't know if there's another one. That might be all of them. Yeah, he took me by surprise, caught me off guard, and that was a close call. Don't think he died though. Okay, so he might still be alive. I hope so, because I want to hit him with my axe and maybe get his head. I have several brute heads now, but I want another one for my collection. Yeah, this area's opening up nicely. That is all my work there. Opened up this whole area and then spawn-proofed it, because what's the point of making an evil frog statue if no one can see it, right? Check just in case. Oh, we'll find him. We'll find him as we go down. Alright. It's 78 durability on the pickaxe. Let's go get another one. And murder this guy while we're at it. Oh, there's another guy. Alright. Toolbox. And let's see. Do I have another Silk Touch one with me? No, I have this Fortune one. That one's Fortune as well. It's Diamond though. All right, yeah. Let's pick this up. Let's hold this because we might go do some repairing of it. And we're slowly getting some of those froglights. Really, the only one I've got with me. Yep, it is. That's okay. And while we're here, we might as well also empty the inventory a bit, or you know, all the way. And back up and out. Yeah, this is coming down quickly. Now here's the question. Will I catch in time when there is a gilded blackstone so I can switch axes, pickaxes, and save it? Probably not. We'll see. Yeah, that lantern fell when I broke the block that was holding it, so I don't know why there was a freestanding lantern not attached to anything. That was interesting. Think Onions, welcome. What is this craziness? 9 withers? That's right, I fought 9 withers all at the same time. Not quite. I fought 7 withers one-on-one, one at a time, and then I fought 2 at once. And I didn't even pop a totem. I did pop a totem to a brute just a moment ago, though. Yeah, I needed beacons and my clever machines, one of which was built or designed by Raiseworks and kills the wither with pointed dripstone. It was only 50% effective. The other half of the time, the wither would escape and lead to a lengthy aerial battle. And I was done with that, so fought them on the roof of the Nether, face to face, where we've got a nice flat surface, and he can't make craters underneath me, so yeah, faced him like a brave guy. Welcome, Think Onions. You're playing on the Community First SMP, aren't you? Are you having a good time there? I need to hop back on there. I found a woodland mansion, and I want to see maybe if we can organize a group to go and clear it out. That would be fun. Alright, so far there's no gold in my inventory, so I have not accidentally broken a gilded blackstone. Because there's a very good chance of breaking it before I even see it. Can I join you? You should join the Discord, Indian, and you will see the info there. Thank you, Shipwreck, for the Discord command. And yeah, it is a good time. I've only played on it for a couple of hours so far. Been quite motivated for this grind on my base in the FirstCraft. But I want to hang out with you guys there too. It's a good time. And we have a custom totem pack there as well. Slowly over time, the players there will be added to it. So, and that one, it will be random. You kill an evoker and a random player's totem will drop. Alright, I hear a brute. So I think that brute... Either that brute is still alive or there's another brute. Hope it's the same brute, because 1, I want to kill him, and 2, that'll mean that he's already wounded. Oh, goodbye, zombified piglin. The Guardian says, I'm in the Discord? Yeah. I thought you were talking to me. Part of that was to you, and part of that was to Indian. Where's the brute? Down there somewhere. Oh my goodness. And a stinky gas. What a butt. Die, creeper of the nether. And while we're here, we might as well unload this cargo. Okay, I think that's the only thing that'll fit in there. Okay. New chest time. Yeah, we're getting plenty of stuff here. You're in the server too, says Think Onions. Yes, I thought you were. Thought I'd seen you there. Very cool. Yeah, that server is off to a good start, and I'm excited to see it grow. And in case you were wondering about it, Shipwreck and I at least are in it for the long haul. So yeah, this will be a long-running server. Probably have an update every a reset every update, but this server will be around for a very long time. Hi. You're my least favorite ghast right now because you're the one that I see. I killed him blind. Did you see that? He was outside of render distance and I still hit him. Kaylee's saying, Dan, fly into the lava. Indian saying, no. Yeah, you guys are on opposite sides of the prediction. So, whom do I please here? Maybe me, by not dying. I don't want to die, gosh. Dying's bad, okay? You shouldn't die. So it'll be until 1.20 comes out. Yes, and we don't have the specific plan laid out, but probably it will be up to a community vote at that point is my prediction. This is not gospel here. This is not written in stone, but my prediction is that it'll probably be up to a community vote at that point whether we reset or just maybe expand the world border depending on what they add. The likelihood is a reset, though. And of this SMP that I'm playing on at the moment, which is a content creator SMP, it will probably be resetting for 1.20. So I want to make sure that I have my base done first, because I've got a lot of work to do, and I am not a full-time gamer. I'm a retired stay-at-home dad of twins and part-time gamer. You know they won't add anything useful in 1.20. This is Kaylee. Yeah. It's hard to say. Maybe fireflies. That would be great, right? Maybe it'll be the fireflies update. Bugs update number 2. Alright, how are we doing? Almost full inventory. There's a brute somewhere. I hear the brute. And look at these guys stuck here in this hole. Be free! And fall down and hurt your ankles. Alright, I need to plug up this hole here. I got 1 piece of netherrack. How perfect is that? Where is that lava? There's the stinky lava. Alright, that blocked it. Excellent. Yeah, fireflies, says Think Onions. Sometimes they're for not adding things. Their reasoning for not adding things is stupid. Yeah. Ew, go away, fireflies. That's a super server lag. And then redeems the Boozenate. Excuse me, Shipwreck. What it is ambience. Thank you, Shipwreck, for the Boozenate. Looks like we are back to the beginning of the Paleocene period. Almost back to the time of dinosaurs. Shipwreck. We got plenty of room to play with for lag. We'll be fine. Have some faith in your abilities as chief engineer of the first SMP. Just like useless bats. Bats are cool. I like the bats. They're fun ambience. Plus, I like trying to shoot them with my crossbow and collect their heads. Hi, guys. I need to spawn-proof this against you guys, too, so you don't keep bothering me. At least the brutes don't respawn. Kaylee says, it's pronounced ambi-ants. I know, that's what I said. Ambi-ants. Alright, we need to find that piglin brute and kill him because he's going to be a problem for us. But full inventory again, so off we go to drop another load. Boop, 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 boop. Man, we are getting all sorts of materials here. This is excellent. A new introduction. I forgot that was a feature. It says, hi, lol. Hi, Indian. Thank you for introducing yourself. with the very detailed introduction of, hi, lol. I approve. That's amazing. Hi, lol. Hi, lol. There we go. I passed on your introduction to that piglin as I murdered him to death. Kitty says, and just like that, Dan died a violent death and was buried in the woodshed out back. How do you know I have a woodshed out back? Actually, I don't have a woodshed out back, but there is a mysterious hole in the ground in my backyard, and I call it the murder hole for hiding bodies, and I threatened my stepdaughter with it. Hey, look who it is! And hi. I broke a gilded blackstone. He dead. He just says dead bodies. He says, look at this guy. Carries a totem of himself. Get him, says Indian. I know. Look at that. Look at that texture. Look at that. It's a little me. Me and my Jane Cobb skin. Look at that little guy. Oh, I love the custom totems. They're so good. Okay, it says, I think that they made the brutes kind of dumb. So what you're saying is that they are a mob in Minecraft. Yeah, they were kind of a lazy feature in my opinion as well. Okay, let's give them a ton of hit points and make them do a ton of damage instead of giving them something particularly interesting to do. Yeah. I mean, they are a cool challenge compared to just, fighting the other guys, but I I think that, like, much of the most recent update, they are a little bit of a missed opportunity to do something truly unique. Yeah, they don't really know how to jump. Are they worse at jumping than other mobs? Because those ones at the beginning were really coming at me, even though I was higher up than they were. Even though I was trying to block their pathfinding. But I think we can probably all agree that the worst mob in the entire game is villagers. There's no mob in the game that makes me want to do actual real-life murders than dealing with villagers. It's part of why I don't have a proper trading setup yet. Because I just don't want to. It is so frustrating just breaking and placing and breaking and placing lecterns until, you know, you finally get that trade you want. The most frustrating mechanic in the entire game. I like villagers, says Kaylee. Well, I mean, you are free to be wrong if you'd like, Kaylee. Got him. Shipwreck says, guys, stay on top of Booznate to see if we can beat the 2 booze record. Oh, you won't beat the 2 booze record, Shipwreck. There's not enough time left in the stream. But, hey, a month from tomorrow is my birthday. And there will be more stream and more Boozinate on that. I need to talk to fellow First Kabowser, because she is 10 years almost to the day, 1 day off of 10 years younger than I am. And we are considering doing a joint sort of a birthday bash sort of a deal. No solid plans yet, but that would be fun. There we go. Jeez, 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 jeez. I think Onion says, same. I like villagers. They make getting late game faster than trying to mine complete diamond armor. See, here's why everyone deals with villagers, is because they're worth it. But they are, by far, the most frustrating game mechanic in all of Minecraft. It is just absolute pain trying to get them to work out. It says, we already established that you're wrong, Dan. We established no such thing. You asserted that incorrectly. Hashtag cancel Kaylee. Hashtag ban Kaylee. Was that just floating fire? Huh. Huh. Shipwreck says, nice. Let me know what you monkeys need. Maybe we'll do something like, I don't know, like a bingo event or a chosen event. That could be fun. All right, I'm putting my silk touch pickaxe in my offhand so that we can mend it maybe just a little bit here. And nope, none of that experience went into that pickaxe. Not one bit of it. What else have we got here? More gold. Nope, well, not one Seagull experience orb has yet made it into my Silk Touch pickaxe. Nope. I think Onion says, nope, creepers and skeletons are the most annoying. So many hardcore worlds dead with them, in my opinion at least. Okay, says, I'm pretty sure I'm always right. Kaylee, scientifically, I'm always right. Back off, man, I'm a scientist. Creepers come in second for me, Think Onions, because it's not that they kill me, it's that they break my stuff. And honestly, one very simple change would change my opinion of creepers, and that is if they simply dropped every block that they break the same way TNT does. Would that not make the most sense? Just the fact that they can blow a hole in the ground and there's not enough dirt from their explosion to fill in that same hole really, really makes me mad. Rick says, except when you're wrong, right, Kaylee? Exactly. Okay, says, you want to die on this hill, Dan? I'm an engineer. So far, Kaylee, I have not died in this stream, so chances are I still won't. And so, no, I don't want to die on this hill, and I likely will not die on this hill. Alright, Silk Touch for... There's some exposed gilded blacks... Oh. I know I'm not holding a totem at the moment, and that is okay. Don't worry about me. I got this. I'm a professional. Eat. I think it's the same. That would be awesome. I hate that there's not enough dirt. Yeah, it's the one thing. The one thing that would make me not so annoyed at creepers. How to use your offhand, says Indian. The default key, as Shipwreck says, is F. So yeah, if I hit F. So Indian, do you play Java or Bedrock? Because I think that there's more you can do with your offhand in Java. And Katie says, you think because this is your stream, you get to be correct? Exactly. Well, no, it's not so much that, Kaylee. It's that it's me. Because I'm correct in your streams, and I'm correct in my streams. And that's just science. You can't argue with science. When you can, if you want to be wrong. Alright, we're into our 4th double chest here. And let's see, Bedrock, says Indian. Yeah, Bedrock only accepts totems in the offhand, and I think there's a couple things, but yeah. You didn't even get your geology degree, says Kaylee. That's not for lack of geology knowledge and effort. That's because of bureaucrats. Stinky bureaucrats. And I was like, you know what, you're not worth fighting with. And I'm like, I'm gonna go do my own science thing with blackjack. Dan, I'm an engineer, says Kaylee. I'm a scientist. Indian says, how do I get other stuff to go on my offhand? I don't think that you do in Bedrock, unfortunately, Indian. So yeah, we're playing Java, and you can put any item in your offhand and even use it in your offhand. But I don't play Bedrock, so I don't know the very specifics of it, but I know that the offhand is much more limited, unfortunately, in the Bedrock version of the game. Alright. Just about done with another level, and there's this awkward wall over here that we left, apparently. I use such Java, says Shipwreck. Yeah, put Java in your offhand. And there you go. Yeah, there are a few features that I wish that we could get from Bedrock, such as movable tile entities, but apparently those are super exploitable for cheats, unfortunately. But in general, I am very much one who prefers the Java version of the game. But if Bedrock is what you have and you love it, then that is fantastic. There's another one. I'll see if I can remember to switch to Silk Touch to pick it up. And I just broke one. Yeah, just as I saw it, I was breaking it. That's the pitfall of the Haste 2, unfortunately. That's okay, there's more Gilded Blackstone in the world. Broop, 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 broop. And I have not heard a Piglin Brute since killing that last one, so we might be clear. I think he picked up a golden chestplate from that last regular Piglin that I killed. Oh man, the Instamine is satisfying. Now, this is an unpopular opinion as well. I seem to have a lot of those. But I'm actually okay with Deep Slate not being Instamine. As satisfying and convenient as Instamine is, it is nice that there is something that requires a little bit more time and effort. I think Onion says, Dan, your server is so hard to survive in. How many times have you died on the community first SMP, Onions? I'm okay with that too, says Kaylee. Oh, nice. We agree. That makes me think, what if I'm wrong? No, I'm right. Okay. Excellent. We're both right about this one then, Kaylee. I like slow mining. It's not that I like slow mining, it's that I appreciate that there aren't shortcuts for literally everything. Because too much of Minecraft, I feel like, is balanced for single-player hardcore mode, including, for example, villagers. And it's really difficult to get a good economy going in vanilla SMP. Like 15 or 20. Oh, jeez. GG, Onions, GG. We will remember you fondly. I mean, probably fondly, I'm assuming. Kaylee says, you're always wrong unless you are agreeing with me. That's correct, Kaylee. That is my statement. You are always wrong, Kaylee, unless you agree with me, Dan Bear Pig. Alright, we're going to finish off this pickaxe and then call this part of the stream done. Let's see, I want Soak Touch for this guy and that guy. Are there any more of these exposed? Not here. Okay. Back to tearing it down. Let's see. Think Onion says, most of these I started a raid by accident with no gear. Oh, no. And had to fight the pillagers off and ravagers. Yeah. And don't forget the Vindicators and the Vexes. Oh, how could you forget the Vindicators and the Vexes? That actually sounds kind of hilarious and fun, Onions. As long as you're having a good time with it, deaths and all, then that is great. There we go. Yeah, I don't know when ProKitman's releasing his next video, but I think he is planning to start it with a time-lapse of him and me tearing down the other half of this bastion, which was a whole lot of fun. I hear you, Ghast. But at least I don't hear any more piglin brutes. So I think I have survived this. Sigh. He was real close to the sticky lava. Is he still alive? Yeah, he's still alive. What the heck? Jeez. Oh, the quick switching to my weapon means I was not fully charged up and couldn't do full damage with that axe. Survived 2 blows with that axe. That's crazy. Alright, gonna save that Gilded Blackstone. Jump into that lava so scaly. You're trying to just rig the prediction. Oh, Kaylee. Kaylee. Hashtag #, cancel Kaylee. That's what I say. There we go. Thought I spotted a brute. Nope, it was just a zombified piglin. But I am indeed on high alert. So high alert that the ghast sound alert got me in the nether. I hit a piglin with the pick. Alright, what if I hit a piglin with a pick and then jump right into the lava to escape them? That make you happy? Would that satisfy you? Just died against those stink onions. What killed you this time? Was it another accidental raid, or was it something else? And let's switch to Silk Touch. Skeleton. Oh. What you were just telling me was one of your nemesis. Yeah, skeletons are very dangerous for a hardcore world. I'm not a hardcore player. You know it, says Kaylee. Well, then I won't. Wasn't going to anyway. Okay, but that's leveled to the same level as this. So I think let's drop this off and then let's walk in there, and I'm 98% sure there are no more piglin brutes, and I think I have survived this. And Kaylee is robbed of all her points ever. Dirt poor, I say. But did he kill an evoker? Not today, I haven't. Or are you asking about Think Onions? Because if you have the Community First Resource Pack, Think Onions, that means you'll get your own. I think your totem is in the pack already, since you are one of the first members of the Community First SMP. So let's go ahead and let's just double check. Let's walk in there and make sure that there are no more brutes. Ghast, you are just tedious at this point. Silk Touch. No, that's Fortune. There we go. Yep, Silk Touch. Here it is. Zombified piglin fall and hurt himself. That's hilarious. Where'd it go? There you are. My totem's in the pack, says Think Onions. I killed an evoker, killed almost the whole raid with the help of an iron golem that fell in the second wave. I'm assuming you're saying, or felled the second wave. I think fell in the second wave. Rip that iron golem if so. He died doing what he loved, being an iron golem. Yeah, I'm not hearing any piglin brutes. So I think I have won. I think I have won the prediction, and you guys have lost. Well, some of you died in the second wave, yeah. This is for your zombified piglin, or not your zombified piglin, your iron golem, Think Onions. There you go. It's the only sound I have on my soundboard so far, and it's for Kerbal Memorials. You're welcome. Okay. Salutes. Perfect. I mean, decorum, yeah, decorum. Perfect. Salutes, yes. Respect for the fallen. Looks like I have a respectable 24 Gilded Blackstone to deliver up to my friend Pro Kitman. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and log out here for just a minute and take a quick BRB bathroom break because the Boozinate is here. Hey, Kit! Speaking of the devil. What a crowd, says Kit. Yeah, we got raided by Mr. Matt Ranger, who was celebrating his 2-year anniversary on Twitch. And Shipwreck of the Boozinate and Hydrate just wants to make the problem worse right before I go take care of it. So let's Boozinate first. And Kaylee with the 100 bits. Thank you, Kaylee. Way too generous, Kaylee. Jeez. But there's Kit. Yes, definitely follow him. And he helped me with the other half of this this Bastion demolition. There's the Boozinate. Let's see, how far back in the geologic timescale are we now? Into the Jurassic and almost into the Cretaceous. So, contrary to what you'll see in Jurassic Park, there's no Tyrannosaurus Rex yet. They just blew right past that period. Ooh, wait, I can't bathroom break if there's a hype train close. Jeez. I'm just gonna have to hold it. And you, I got nothing for you except for that axe to the face. Oh my gosh. One more person, says Kaylee. All right, well, let's switch to a diamond pickaxe then, and let's see. This one's the fortune one. Keep the silk touch here. That away, and let's keep tearing this down. Jeez. Kit, follow Kaylee, or she'll eat your soul. I cannot say whether or not that is true or false. I can neither confirm nor deny with science. Child abuse, says Kaylee. More like child murder. And he had it coming, so I don't feel bad. And the shout out for Kaylee, definitely follow Kaylee. She is a whole lot of fun to watch. She does Minecraft and art. Kaylee says, I will eat all the souls, confirmed. Pro Kitman says, dinner just got ready, but I needed to come say hi. Hello, Pro Kitman, it's good to see you here. And yes, if I had the same plan that I do now when we started, we would have dug up this entire thing together. So your help was very appreciated for the other half. That was a whole lot of fun. And take that. Your own fireball to the face, you gassed. It's only what you deserve. Jeez. And I need to make a slope here so that I can pour lava down it and gas-proof this as well. So let's get started on this part of it. If I could jump up here. That gas really made a mess of things. Jeez. Also, says Shipwreck, Kaylee, if you like derps, definitely follow Kid. I do enjoy Dan derps, says Kaylee. Oh man, Dan derps have nothing on Kit derps. Man, he derps to drop creepers. Don't tell him I said that. I'm only nice to Kit. Kit, you didn't hear that. Kit streams are fun. He also sometimes does weather reports live on stream because he is a real-life weatherman. Sends me all the bad weather he can. How very rude. So I'm digging down here at an angle so that I can make this kind of a, not quite a stalactite, but, you know, a slope that ghasts won't spawn on, because ghasts spawn on the ground, believe it or not, and they require a 5x5 horizontal and 4 high area in order to spawn. So as long as I don't give them any of that, of solid blocks, then we are safe from ghast spawns. Well, we might not get the hype train, but I did my part. That's no worries, Kaylee. And you have gone way above and beyond your part, Kaylee, with the what, 20 gift subs now? That's nuts. And oh, let's end the prediction. Choose the outcome. Will Dan die removing the Bastion? No, he will live. Complete prediction. Woo! Dan, I'm pretty sure they just needed the open area. No. Nope. If they have this, let's do a little demonstration here. And I did my science on this when I was playing on the Still Alive SMP, working on the sadly not quite completed but so close Nether hub that was a giant geode. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. They will spawn on the ground on a 5x5 as long as it is 4 high above that area. But if I were to have, let's say that this netherrack here is a slab, if I put a slab right there, and I have them evenly spaced, so there is no 5x5 area, then a ghast will not spawn. They will also not spawn on glass or other transparent blocks. It's not how it works for spiders, says Kaylee. It's well, they have a different horizontal area that they can spawn in. So they actually spawn similarly to spiders, and you can stop spider spawns with carpets, but you have to place them closer together. I think it's a 3x3, but for ghasts it's a 5x5. And yes, every gas that spawns on a solid block. They don't spawn in the air, they don't spawn flying, they spawn on a solid block and then fly up into the air. It's super weird, and another kind of hacked together solution from I have a very mixed opinion of the devs. Overall, I really very much respect them because, after all, at the end of the day, they created the game that I have not gotten tired of a single time in 10 years, and that is by far my most played game in my entire life, actually. Followed by Kerbal Space Program. So they're hot air balloons, says Satan. Basically, that's why you look at them in a spyglass that says, "Is it a balloon?" Okay, it says, what I mean is if you have a one block out in the middle of nowhere with space all around it, they can spawn. Oh, okay, yes. I understand what you mean. So, yes. If everything around here was unspawnable for a ghast, you have this here, and above this one block is a clear 5x5 with 4 above it. A ghast can spawn there. But if I put a slab there as well, then they can't spawn. So basically, if we look out there, those are not solid blocks, those are flowing liquid. So ghasts will not spawn there. And all I need is one blocking every 5x5 area so that there isn't a 5x5 clear area and they won't spawn. For good measure, I just poured lava over the whole stinking thing. Okay, then I agree with you, Scaly. Yeah, I needed to clear up the communication issue there. Yeah. When an engineer and a scientist agree, look out. The world is probably about to come to an end. So, fun story, Kaylee has heard this before, a long time ago, before we were friends we are now. But I gave a presentation on geology for oil field exploration to a bunch of oil field engineers. And they asked me, because I was talking about interpreting the geology of an oil prospect. And they asked me, do geologists ever disagree on an interpretation? And I said what is an old joke among geologists, which is, and is absolutely true, by the way, if you have 3 geologists in a room, you have 5 opinions. And because they were engineers, they got stuck on that and were trying to work out the math on who had more than one opinion. Like, did one person have 3 opinions? Did 2 people have 2 opinions? How does it work out that 3 people have 5 opinions? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's a joke. It's just a joke. That's silly for an engineer to ask that, Scaly. Oh man, half the group was stuck on it. There's also the old joke of a geologist, an engineer, and a mathematician are all taking a quiz, and the quiz has a question: what is 2 plus 2? And the mathematician says it is 4. The engineer says it is 4.00. And the geologist says it's between 3 and 5. I cannot believe this is Katie. Oh, I wish I had it recorded because it was very funny. They got stuck, and I had to say it's just a joke. It's okay. Fun times. So yeah, you can see I've carved at an angle here, and I have this kind of hanging down thing that looks like it was naturally formed, and also will not spawn a ghast, and that is what I have been doing. This, if we look over here, that pattern there, that looks a whole lot less natural. That was my old method of doing this, and I developed this while working on this project, and I like these results a whole lot better. Okay, this says it's 5 for extremely large values of 2. Yes, exactly. Think Onion says, how to tell the difference between a chemist and a plumber? Ask them to pronounce union letters. Unionize or unionize. Oh, man. So, I guess I'm more of a plumber than a chemist, aren't I? Think Onions. I just revealed myself there. Although I did take a geochemistry class, and I had the highest score in the class, believe it or not, for someone who didn't get their degree. And the funny thing there was that one of the reasons I picked geology was that it would be a science where I wouldn't have to do any intense math. And then I took geochemistry. I bought the textbook. I opened it up to a random page, and it was a 2.5-page mathematical proof with the most complicated math I have ever seen in my life. And that was the most brutal class I've ever taken, and that includes historical geology. So if we look, oh, and I still have my boost cam up, how appropriate. Look at this. If we look at this, we have the 4.5 billion years of Earth represented here, not to a consistent scale. But that number is inconceivable to humans. So, to drive the point home, my historical geology teacher made his class worth 4.6 billion points, the same number of years old that the Earth is. And the funniest thing about that, well, he had 4 major tests during the course of the semester, each of which was worth 1 billion points. And then he had 6 quizzes, each of which was worth 600 million points. And on the first of those 1 billion point tests, he had 1 extra credit question, which is worth 15,000 points. And he was just laughing while people were racking their brains, spending extra time trying to get this 1 extra credit point question before realizing, wait a second, this isn't even going to make a dent in my score whether I get it right or not. And the point there was that 15,000 years is approximately the most ancient human history that we have in any sort of recorded form. So that's basically how long humans have been on the Earth the way they are now. So that put it in perspective for us, how long humans have been around on the entire history of the Earth. It was pretty wild. So Kaylee says, did I tell you about the time I spent 4 hours in a meeting with CAD designers, multiple days, discussing how many significant digits we were going to use for the density of steel? You did not. That sounds like a plausible argument. And Satan says, I found this Isaac Asimov book at a thrift store for $1. It's called Life in Energy. It's quite a read. I don't know that one. Interesting. Oh, Booze Cam says Think Onions. Yep. The Booze Cam. I have so much netherrack that I don't need to keep this. I am keeping the quartz and the gold, though. Minerals should be mined, not farmed, I say. Okay, so where are we now? Here's where we were digging, I believe, and there is the Bastion. Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, I have this dig to go. Why did I pick another super grindy project? Dan, you fool. You fool. Alright. So we're gonna even this out over here. And then we're gonna make another diagonally down cut. And then when we get down closer to the lava ocean, where it is not sensible to keep doing this, then we will pour lava on it. Okay, it says, I'll tell the whole story on a future stream. It'll work better with voice inflections. Ooh, yes. I think, I'm not sure Shipwreck is still here, so I'm going to do another shout out for Kaylee. Actually, I'm going to do Kaylee's command. She has a custom command. And yeah, you'll want to take a look at that, because let's show off her art again. That is one of soon to be 3 pictures of my real life cats drawn by Kaylee on stream. She does art and Minecraft. And it's always a good time. What was that? Oh, hold on. I hit the wrong thing, did I? Alerts, FirstCraft overlay. How did that happen? That's an experiment that I've been working on that doesn't quite work. Oh! That's still on? Shipwreck, I just blew your mind. That's something I've been working on. Try that again, Shipwreck. Just do it again. Let's see. I don't know if there's a cooldown or what, because I was having trouble with consistent green screen, and so I set that project aside for now, but haven't abandoned it. Look at that, and you see how the green screen is a little bit off. It's worse for some other ones. And in the end, redeeming the Boozinate. There we go. Here's the Boozinate. Shipwreck, you missed it, but I don't think you even care. I'm not sure you can do it, Kaylee. We'll see. Thank you very much, Indian, for the Boozinate. And yeah, I need to go back to that. So this shader that I'm using, complementary, has a feature that will let you do green or blue screen. Hey, I was distracted, says Shipwreck. Fair enough. You were distracted by awesome. But yeah, it's been really frustrating trying to get it to look good consistently. Like, that one was one of the better looking ones, actually. And even that, you could see some issues with the green screen effect. But yeah, I want to have every first have their own command where the I'd actually kind of forgotten about it there. He's gonna just spam it, and you know what? I'm gonna let him spam it. That's quite the discovery. I thought I had turned it off, but I guess not. You just want to see one more. Kaylee says you're distracted by me. You said awesome. Yeah, I said awesome, Kaylee. I said awesome. Gosh. I mean, Kaylee is awesome, but yes. Did I win money? Says Dill. Channel points. Did you predict that I would survive the clearing of the rest of the Bastion? Because if so, then yes, you won. You won some carbon credits. GG. You had to lurk for a bit. No worries. Yeah. So I need to get back to that one, but I mean, I have had so many things that project, while worthy of my time, has had to take a back seat, unfortunately. But now that I was using a different green screen. But now that I have discovered that complementary has its own, I need to try it again, and I've been thinking about that. But I wasn't thinking about it today, so I had not remembered that was a thing. And there's a shout out for Dill again. Yes, definitely follow Dill, and so that next time he has the opportunity to stream, you get the notification, and hang out with Dill. I will be, if the circumstances allow, and that's why I get the notifications when Dill goes live, so that I don't miss it if I have the opportunity to watch. Yeah, there's the the Bastion's ground floor. So yeah, this is going to continue off camera for sure. This is going to be a nice big project, as if I didn't have enough of those. Oh, Dan, why do you do this? You know that there are such projects as not mega projects, right, Dan? No, Dan, I don't know that at all. Every project must be mega. Whatever, Dan. Whatever. Dill says, I'm sure it's a hoop with my finger slipped. Dill says, my totem is funny because it's my maid skin instead of my normal skin. That's amazing. Gonna laugh when I pop the totem. Oh, that's great. You're talking about on the Community First SMP too, aren't you, Dill? Oh, are you gonna stream from the Community Live SMP, Dill? Because that would be great. Mandolin says, Shipwreck, wait, don't go too fast. I have to check out all the links. Oh no. Yes, Shipwreck, you might as well. I'm not sure if all of them are active or not, but it's worth a try. I might just have yours active because I was using it for testing. Try it. And Think Onions is lurking. Thank you for the lurk, Think Onions. We're about to end, actually. We're near the end of my time that I can justify streaming. As regulars will know, but new people here today, since we have a lot of those today, won't. I am a recent father of twins. They are 16 months old now. And I'm a stay-at-home dad, so I have to balance this and that. No, do you have to? What, end the stream? Yes, I do. Also, I am really holding it in right now after all the boozinates and even hydrates. Congrats, says Mandolin. They're adorable twins, says Gailey. Let's see. I'm just gonna check. Does this work? Yes, it does! It's all broken? Maybe. Oh, that one's broken. So they're not all on, but some of them are on, though. Yes, definitely. Join the FirstCraft Discord. We are a small and growing community, and we're going to be around for a while. We are committed to this, and we have a whole lot of fun and a community SMP called Community First, run by our very own Shipwreck, who is the best in the business, and I do mean that. His servers run as close to flawlessly as is possible in Minecraft. And we have a good time. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Mr. Matt Ranger, for that epic raid, bringing in more viewers than my top viewership by ×5. So I'm kind of blown away by that. I was actually going to raid Mr. Matt Ranger right now. I didn't know how much longer he had left in his 12-hour 2 years on Twitch anniversary stream, but apparently he is done and understandably beat. So he is he has left. But let's show you my my beautiful face while we say goodbye. And Onion says, "Oh, okay, we'll see you. Have a good night. May as well go for another hour." So still, oh man, half of me wants to, and half of me needs to go eat food. I am starving, and my wife has made pesto macaroni and cheese. She didn't bring it to me today. I told her let's just wait until the end of the stream today, but often she'll bring me dinner and on stream, which is great. Let's see who is online and take them on epic raid. Let's raid Short Zelda. I don't often get to raid her, but she is another friend of the community. What is she doing today? I'm not sure which stream she's on. Go eat, says Mandolin. That sounds delicious. Thank you, Mandolin. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and raid Short Zelda. And here is the raid message. If you are subscribed, copy the whole thing. Otherwise, skip the part at the beginning and end that says Dan Bear 4 Totem. And yeah, I will be back on Wednesday to continue my Overload campaign.
It's game over, man. It's
Game over. Thank you, Kit. Oh man, and then on Saturday we will be doing some Kerbal Space Program, and then I'll be back next Monday for more Minecraft on the first SMP. Get it? Says Kit, because you're done tonight?
Cheers me up, laughing at other people's misfortunes.
Thank you, Shipwreck. And yeah, thank you everyone. This has been epic and amazing, and I had a great time, and I hope you guys did too. And please join the Discord if you haven't, and I hope to see you guys next time. And I'll see you then. Goodbye!
Pretty impressive, huh? I bet you're pretty impressed.